So if you thought the last Iron Man helmet was really freaking cool, not only does this one actually fit me comfortably, but yeah, that is really freaking cool. You just don't ever expect cool things to get even cooler. But this is awesome. So this might confuse a few of you, but I'm not really that big of a fan of any of the kind of Western superhero things. That doesn't mean I don't know of them and can't enjoy them at some points, but I'm just not a big like DC or Marvel fan. But I don't collect like figures or merch or anything of them. It's just not really my thing. But there is one Marvel hero that I actually do really enjoy. There is one hero that, among all the other, well, I mean, he's the one that's a flippin' robot man. It's Iron Man. Tony Stark as a character is hilarious, and then you throw him in a suit and make him do crazy cool. That's about as anime as you can get. So when I was asked to do a video on this helmet not too long ago, I dug it. I thought this thing was absolutely awesome because not only was it a really cool looking helmet that I've had sitting on a shelf for the past God knows how long, but I could wear it, although it's a little bit small and it pinches my cheeks when I'm not even gonna try now because it's gonna tear the crap out of my beard. But it also opened up using a little servo mechanism inside, which that was, you wore a ring and you could touch the side of it and it would close and light up and do all made you feel like Iron Man.
Let's go to you. I'm the best.
And as far as I know of, nobody said, like, this isn't an official licensed thing or anything like that, but nobody could tell me, like, oh yeah, it's off of this $700 helmet. They're selling it for whatever this one cost. No, that didn't happen. Apparently this was kind of, it's a sculpt that they modified and put a servo thing into and made it do its cool thing. But yeah, there was a couple of design problems. Like the eyes, you can't see through them. You look through these little slits, and if you look hard enough at somebody wearing the helmet, you could see them behind that. Minor issue, it was too small. That's a much bigger issue in my opinion, but it was pretty cool. So when the same person contacted me like, hey, you did a video on our Iron Man helmet, do you want to look at the new version? I jumped on it, thinking that it wasn't really a whole lot more added to it. They sent me a little video that showed off a cool new feature, but other than that, it looked really similar until I actually got it in my hands. Now, first of all, this thing is substantially bigger. This will fit my head, and I've got a gigantic monster head, so it will probably fit yours as well. In fact, it's a little too loose on my head, but that's better than it being way too tight. But the paint job on this thing is flippin' fantastic. The eyes are way different. That's kind of the first thing I noticed. They are translucent panels that you can see through, which it's not great, to be perfectly honest. You can look and see shapes of people and stuff moving around and whatnot, but you can't see fine details. I wouldn't want to try to watch a movie wearing this thing. It just really wouldn't work. And when the eyes are lit up, you can't see anything on it, unfortunately. It's just all white out, but it looks cool. And plus you can just turn that off by just tapping the side of it. And then also you can open it so you can see everything and look even more awesome, because yeah, it still retains that super cool feature. Oh, and it does, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, putting this thing on is actually a breeze too compared to the other one. That took several minutes of me trying to put on. This one, you take off the back piece, it's substantially thicker plastic this time around, or fiberglass, I'm not entirely sure what. Put it on your head, hook the thing into the back, squeeze the parts on the side, pinch your hair in it, pinch your hair in the sides of it, because you pretty much have to if you have long hair, and boom, you're Iron Man. I'm not going to conduct the entire review with this thing on, because honestly, it just puts a big shadow on my face, you can't really see anything. But there is one cool new feature that you might not be expecting. Hi. Yeah, so you kind of, it has a remote. It's remote. You can even turn off the eyes and stuff with the remote. That's a really nice addition. So just like the other one, there's a 4 AA battery holder that fits inside of this, but unlike the other one, it's actually got a little plastic caddy to hold it in there and everything like that. It just feels much better built all around than the other one, and the price does reflect that. Now, I was told one of the reasons why this helmet is more expensive than the previous one is because of the whole pandemic going around that makes it harder to get materials and ship things and so forth, but I should note it is a physically larger helmet. Everything is much better built. There's much more design that went into this one. It's thicker, it's much better painted. I can see why the price tag would be where it is, which if you haven't clicked on the link already is $250. Now, when it comes to collectibles, even though this isn't an officially licensed thing or anything like that, I don't know of another helmet that does what this one and the previous one did. I honestly don't, so this is just better all around, and if you want an Iron Man helmet, that, like, you put this thing on a shelf by itself, it's gonna stand out. But then you can turn on the eyes remotely and open up the face mask and stuff like that. That is a conversation piece. Plus, you can wear it, and I'm a huge fan of things like this that I can wear, especially when they're from like movies and shows and video games and stuff like that. It's just awesome to get a 3D representation of something like that. But of course, it is a little bit more expensive. But however, I do have a coupon code for you. If you use coupon Walcom S7 during checkout, you'll save 10%, which in this case would be quite a chunk of money. And yeah, it's a little bit too loose for me, but I could add more padding into it to make it more snug. There's a little bit of room for DIY here because it's not perfect. These things feel almost handmade. The entire mechanisms and everything fit in here, but I can tell somebody's been in this thing before me. They've done a little bit of work here and there. There's no hot glue or anything holding it together like the last one. Everything seems a lot more stout inside this helmet. Everything appears better. It is better painted, in my opinion. There's very little splotches or messed up marks, at least on this one. And if you're a serious Iron Man fan and a cosplayer, yeah, you could 3D print your own, but I doubt it will do all this. Although I'm sure that's something you could engineer yourself. If you have no talent for that like me, this would be a good pickup. So yeah, it's a really cool thing. I might not know a whole lot about Iron Man or Iron Man merch or anything like that, but it's a flippin' helmet that opens up, and I tell you, if I want to do any kind of like Kamen Rider helmet or something like that, I'll probably jump on the fact to make that thing look like a Kamen Rider helmet. It's a great base for it. And again, if you want to pick up your own Iron Man helmet, there will be a link down in the description, and make sure you use promo code Walcom S7 to save yourself 10%. I want to thank them very much for sending the helmet out to me. They didn't pay me anything for it or anything like that. They just asked me if I wanted to do a video again. I said yes, because it's super cool. It actually fits me now. It's a much better experience overall, so I can't really complain about it. I liked the first one a lot. I'm gonna like the second one even more because it's better. But of course, I'm Walcom S7. Thank you very much for watching this video, and of course, I hope to see you in an entirely different one. God, I really hope my camera still works because it smashed into the concrete a couple of minutes ago, and I thought for a second my entire channel was over for a little bit.
You gotta